We're live, people. It's Tuesday. I know that it's Tuesday. I think it's February. I'm going to say February 8th.
I risk financial ruining being here, but I guarantee it if I leave.
That's what, it's a funny thing. I heard someone talking this morning as I'm walking the street, and they're talking to someone on the phone. And it says, just suspend all their licenses. In response to this. And I was like, well, that's effectively what they did by requiring them to do something that they're not going to do, or penalizing them if they didn't do it. You've already done that, so that's not a threat anymore. Now they're talking about other punitive means.
Yeah, so we actually have just been dealing with what you're just talking about now all morning. So suspending the licenses. One, I'm not sure anyone cares really anymore at this point. We're committed. Two, that still leaves Parliament with a whole bunch of trucks that now have no drivers and no keys.
Strategy with no logistics is what that is.
And don't forget, they're all going to be out of fuel soon.
But yeah, they will be out of fuel, so you will have a bunch of trucks that cannot be driven out of here because there's no drivers. It's not like anyone can hop in a rig and drive it. Every towing company around, like in
even
a
down
5-hour vicinity, has declined to already tow us.
Apparently, they all have COVID.
They all have COVID. I mean, we're seeing that countrywide is now a pandemic of tow drivers.
How long have you been here for? How long are you going to stay here for?
We got here last Saturday. We left home last Monday, so just over 2 weeks ago we left home. We got here last Saturday afternoon, and we're here for 2 weeks to flatten the mandates.
Now, where are you from?
I'm from Turtleford, Saskatchewan.
And are you here with the protest?
Yes, I am.
Have you been here from day one?
No, I haven't. I got here Saturday night at 6.
All right. How do you find it so far?
It's great energy. Like, everybody's up, lively. Like, it's the most brotherhood I've felt in a very, very long time. Like, feeling it is just, it's good, man. A lot of hope right now. A lot of hope in the world.
And you have to hope that the hope does not get snuffed out with heavy-handed tactics that stifle this and then get to write it into history the way they want.
Oh yeah, well, we don't follow the mainstream, but even in the social media, right? They're talking about big police presence and all that, and people it's getting a little rough in that. And guys, I'll tell you, we've been here about half hour walking around. It's actually incredibly peaceful. Come on out. If they need your support, come on out. We're here. It's amazing. Talking to these truckers is amazing. It's heartwarming. You get your eyes are swelling up, type of thing. It's just amazing. And your coverage, this guy's coverage is amazing. It's beautiful. Come on out, guys. I know I was talking to a bunch of people. You guys, you're talking. I'm talking to you guys. I know you're afraid to come today. You're gonna come now. You said you didn't come. Come on out, guys. If you're watching this guy, and I told you about this guy, come on out. It's fantastic. It's a great, peaceful and loving feeling again.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Have you guys heard of that new variant? The diesel variant.
Oh.
Okay. If you test positive for freedom, you have to quarantine in Ottawa. But don't worry, don't worry. There's only one symptom to it. Other than that, it's completely asymptomatic. You know what that symptom is? Honk, honk.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you very much. It's the issue is, I mean, it's quite astonishing is that you have people actually counter-protesting for more government mandates. And I mean, this is the reality. You have counter-protesters counter-protesting for more government mandates. And there's that meme, "Govern me harder, Daddy," the one that I find.
That's my dog so much. I got a French Bulldog Boston Terrier puppy.
You got the govern me harder, Daddy meme, which I find very funny. But it's not far off. They're literally saying we need more government intervention, and the only reason you would say that is because you feel so terrified and so afraid that you feel you need the government to protect you. Now, I don't know that I've ever known a situation where the government has done anything better than private enterprise, except maybe corruption. Apparently, the local homeless population already in Ottawa has now been getting food more so than before, because the convoy has been handing out food to everybody, not just convoy members, to everybody. How you doing? They've been handing out food to everybody, including the local homeless who were here before the convoy, despite government. I mean, this is guys, I see my first vandalism. This is the first vandalism that I've actually seen here, people. Oh, and look what it says. Go home, dummies. I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to pick. We've been here in real time, people. I've been here now Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, 6 days. We saw one act of vandalism, which was paint on the one of those brick things up by the Parliament, which said Liberté, and it was rubbed off the next time I saw it. Here's another act of vandalism, and I'll give you a hint. Go home, dummies is not written by the convoy, but rather written about the convoy. Thank you very much.
All right, thank
Nice
you.
to meet you,
Keep doing
man.
the great work.
Thank you very much. Now I have just run into Alexa from Rebel News.
Hey.
Alexa, may I interview you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, now, say hi to the world. How's everything going?
Hello. How are you?
Well, I'm good. How long you're down for the day?
I'm down since the beginning.
You've been here the entire time. We haven't run into each other even by accident.
No, even no.
What do you have to tell the world?
That here it's just amazing. I never saw a peaceful protest. I don't know if we can call it a protest.
It is.
Is it a movement?
It's a movement. It's a revolution. Yeah. I mean, I could understand the idea of an occupation.
Yeah.
But the problem is historically occupations have not looked like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back today, but I'm coming back this week. So we'll make it.
Right to me, I would be here.
Okay,
around.
awesome.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good one. See you soon. There's a smell of barbecue. It's distractingly good.
Now, witnessing the convoy to Ottawa and the other convoys going on across the country, the protests, the rallies, the amount of support, people standing on the sidelines. This is the time you're proud to be Canadian. People are warm. People are full of hope now. One lady I talked to this past week, she says to her, the sound born from the truckers is the sound of hope. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, you truckers. Here for multiple reasons. One of those reasons is to unite Canadians for hope. And when you watch the videos, you see the convoys, you see the number of participants.
It's mild.
People participating in the convoys are just part of it. Look at the amount of supporters on the roadsides. Wow! From coast to coast along the highways and overpasses, supporters.
That's the bottom line. It's like, even if they go back to normal tomorrow, they've done this. You can never forget that they did it. True North, true North, strong and free. High five.
What did you tell Mama yesterday? You wanted to come. We tried to find you yesterday, and she got upset because we just missed you. We were at the NEC around 3 o'clock maybe, and we just missed you.
You are on the interwebs, both of you, and there's a lot of people watching, and they've seen that beautiful sign, True North, strong and free. Awesome stuff. Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you. Thanks for all you're doing.
Thank you.
Bye.
Should have said I'm a favorite YouTuber. Thank you. Have a good day. Well, I didn't come here to cry, but I might cry now. It's amazing.
It is absolutely amazing.
But,
There's a number of them that are like this as well.
But does this ever come off?
No, it's permanent Sharpie. Well, you can get Sharpie off, but
I mean, this is probably the most memorable paint job you can ask for.
if I had this done on my truck, I'd be getting it clear coated and it would stay there forever. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Oh, there's a marker right here.
Oh, really?
Oh, I just dropped this.
My God.
Well, I'm gonna do. Oh, if I
I'll
can
write
get.
my name somewhere.
Let's see where we got a good spot here. I'll just put a little one right here. No one's gonna know what it means, but they might. Watch the media claim that is that's evidence of supremacy support. Freiheit. They saw a German word on the truck. For those of you who are new to the channel, because there's a lot of you who are new to the channel from this, Viva Frei, but that's not my real name. It's David Freiheit. And Freiheit in German literally means freedom. little tidbit of information. Frei is free. Heit is the state of being. So Fahrenheit is warmth and Heit is the state of. Hence the state of warmth. So you measure temperature with it. So that's my real last name. Frei is just the derivative. And I am a lawyer, sworn in 2007. So I have actually over 13 years of active practice. And
But this is the rest of my life. This is for my children that aren't even born yet. Seeing how far the government can push the envelope before someone fights back.
In 2 years, imagine where we've gotten in 2 years. Is that your girlfriend behind you? How long? I'm going to ask you. I'm asking this question not to pry. I just want. How long have you guys been going out for?
Lawyers, I swear. It's been a year and a half.
So you've been dating in COVID. That was where I'm going. What has been social life like? Like, okay, here's the thing. First of all, I've been with my wife since you're 21. I've been with Marion since she was 17 and I was 19. I've not had to date, and I don't think I'll ever have to date again. I cannot imagine what it would be like dating in COVID. What is it like social life for a teenager, in a high teen?
It was fine at first when we were able to see each other, because when COVID started, it wasn't very like, oh, okay, you can't go anywhere, you can't see one another. And then government started to put more and more restrictions. And then it was, oh, your views are different from your girlfriend's family's views. Okay, well, you can't come over. Or you can't come with us to this party. Or you have to be vaccinated in order to be here. Oh, okay, sorry, but like, I love your daughter. Like, this is love that we feel.
It's like modern day. It's like Romeo and Juliet,
yes.
Vaccine edition.
Yes, but I'm going to make sure that she's alive before I start taking poison. That's one thing I learned from class. I swear. I pay attention.
He's talking about actual Romeo and Juliet, not the vaccine people. All right. So how long you out? So you live here?
Yes.
All right. So cool. So and how has the move? Where do you live? Not area. Like how far from the epicenter of this protest?
10-minute walk. You know the Rito Center?
Yep.
So right there, like literally next to
the Rito Center is right where the canal starts. And all right. So that's. Were you hearing honking throughout the night in the first few days?
No honking throughout the night. I think the latest that I heard them honk, and there's an actual protest that's going on. There's a bunch of truckers that are just out next to the university. So right next, like I can look out them, like they're so close that I could spit. Like not.
You go to U of O. Okay. And one of the days I started the walk from University of Ottawa when I crossed over. So you guys saw that. I saw the trucks there. So okay, that's cool. And yeah, keep going. Sorry.
The latest I've heard them honk was 11, maybe, and it was on a Saturday. That's the loudest I've heard them. And to me, it doesn't bother me because it's more about what the message represents. It's more about honking for freedom. It's honking so that I can go back to normal. Everyone here can go back to normal. Future generations that haven't been born can go back to normal.
My biggest concern, I got 3 kids, is that they're not going to... My kids are going to remember what normal was because I'm not going to let them forget. But there's a lot of people who are not even going to know what normal was. They're going to think masks wearing 8 hours a day is and was normal. They're going to think it's normal that they couldn't go to a rock concert without having to disclose intimate, private medical information. That's not normal. And that cannot ever be the new normal.
My dad had experience in Toronto. So he was walking in a Loblaws. He was walking in a grocery store. And there was a really, really young kid that was still in a cart being pushed around. And they had a mask on. And the entire family had a mask on. My dad was looking at canned fruits or something. Who am I kidding? My dad doesn't eat fruits. And he pulls down his mask and he waves at the little kid. And the little kid just looked so terrified and so like he was questioning what was going on. And my dad brought up a good point. That kid has probably never seen anyone outside without a mask on. Because you look around, everyone has a mask. Everyone. So that kid, that's his normal. That's his reality right now. He doesn't know what normal used to be like. So,
well, there's a penguin walking behind us.
Oh, yeah.
That says, love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. I can think of one. Okay, never mind. I was going to make a bad joke. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. I have a dream to be free. We heart you, trucker. Backside says 4-year-old sent his penguin in hope to warm the heart of police to stand for his freedom. Thank you.
Thanks for being here,
No,
sir.
pleasure. Thank you very much, and good luck. God bless in this. We're seeing something. We're seeing a change in the tide. I think.
Saskatchewan, Alberta.
There was a state in the States. I missed the part of the chart. I think it was Pennsylvania. I want to say Pennsylvania. It's starting. But when it happens, people, it's going to be because the government decided and not because the people demanded.
Something funny that we saw in the UK that happened. UK is like, okay, you know what? After Boris Johnson got caught, celebrating without a mask on, he started reducing mandates. And there's a part in my father sent me in some, I think it was a UK report from the government, officially saying that vaccinated people who have caught COVID are worse off in terms of transmission than people who have caught it naturally. That is a fact.
Well, that's and now the CDC has recognized that natural immunity is at least as effective, so that can substitute for. The science changes quickly with the politics.
2
that's
months.
for sure.
2 months. Narrative changes.
Absolutely.
We're conspiracy theorists for getting it right 2 months before.
Absolutely.
We're conspiracy theorists for getting it right 2 months before.
Absolutely.
We're conspiracy theorists for getting it right 2 months before.
In the chat, donations. So I just spoke with the CEO of Give, Send, Go this morning. This is not an ad. This is not a sponsored video. And I'm not saying that there won't be in the future, because I will gladly sponsor products that I trust, rely on, and would use myself. And we're in like stage 2 of that now. I had to verify Give, Send, Go because I've given to the charity. And thanks to GoFundMe, I gave over 10 times to go to the Give, Send, Go convoy that I gave to the GoFundMe. But I spoke with the CEO this morning for over a half an hour to ask some questions that I had about the platform.
Can I get a picture with you?
You can get for sure. Now we're live on the interwebs, if you don't mind.
I'm actually live watching you.
I'm such an idiot.
I actually left my house to come down and see you.
It's funny.
I was watching
if someone
you live in my
recognizes,
house.
if someone recognizes me, chances are they're watching in real time. So I spoke with the CEO of Give, Send, Go for over a half an hour this morning to run some of my questions to him. People are going to go there.
Viva Frei. What's
Hey,
good, man?
How you doing?
I met you last night.
Oh, I remember.
Last day.
Oh my
Sucks.
goodness! So he's over 11,000 subs.
Yeah, you guys really helped out. Seriously.
Okay, so I spoke with the CEO of Give, Send, Go this morning for over half an hour. Anybody who's going to go to the site, you're quickly going to see it's a Christian fundraising, crowdsourcing website. And that's first of all, after my discussion with the CEO, it's a wonderful thing. And my concerns were, I was saying, okay, fine. If it identifies itself as a Christian site, are they going to have restrictions that are going to be ideologically driven? The most obvious one I was reflexively thinking of was abortion. And I asked the CEO, I said, do you have any campaigns that you will overtly ban, specifically this, because of religious reasons? And he said honestly, yes. For the time being, that is the one type of fundraiser which we'll interpret to be a fundraiser for violence. So you can like that, or you can no longer like. You can like that or dislike that, and make your decision accordingly. But he said, other than that, they will allow fundraising for pretty much any campaign that does not, go after something illegal or go after a violent end. And I asked him over it, would you allow a gay couple to raise funds for a marriage? And he said, absolutely. I said, I'm trying to think of. Sir,
you're a hero.
Thank you.
Can I take a quick picture
Absolutely,
with you?
absolutely.
Selfie?
Is this empty or is this full?
It's empty.
Have you had any trouble getting jerry cans in?
No, man. Cops are saying hi to me, and everybody's
I-
happy.
There's a change in the tide. When you lose the support of your police force, you lose support. You lose that. That's when the battle's over.
Yeah, I love. You do amazing work.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Keep it up.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. I said, will you let a gay couple raise funds for a wedding? He said, yes, hands down for sure. He said, we'll even allow people to raise funds for criminal defense of even, serious accusations. On the one hand, and I appreciate it when he said this, because everyone deserves a defense. And if you deny someone the right to raise funds so they can have a proper defense, if they get convicted, were they convicted because they were guilty, or were they convicted because they didn't have the same resources that others could get for a defense? I'm going to walk back up. And he said a few things that I found beautiful. He said, we believe in grace. So even if we disagree with what someone is doing, as religious Christians, we believe that we should offer our grace and allow them to to see the errors in their ways if they believe there's an error in their way, but also to allow them to live and learn and come to their own healing. So I loved it. And I asked my specific question, and so the specific answer was, you can raise money for a synagogue. If you're Muslim, you can raise money for a mosque. You can raise money for religious things, even things that you might think Christianity or a Christian website might take issue with morally or spiritually, with the one exception of Shmortion. And that comes from the movie. It was Jonah Hill, and it was Knocked Up. That's where that comes from. So, and not just that. He mentioned that the website Give Send Go adopted the same payment strategy for the platform that GoFundMe since adopted, which is they don't charge any flat fee off any campaign. It's all donation based. So you can run a campaign. The campaign organizer can decide to give a certain percentage of whatever they raise to Give Send Go to support them. And when you make a contribution, you can make a voluntary donation, and that's how they get financed. So until proof to the contrary, Give Send Go. How you doing?
Love your show.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Until proof to the contrary, Give Send Go has risen to meet the challenge, has pulled up its pants and taken on the controversial campaigns that other platforms dropped for political or ideological reasons. And they're doing good. So I now feel much better having supported them. And if anybody wants to support the convoy or support the convoy, Give Send Go. And nobody should use GoFundMe ever again. Period. Let them live with the consequences of their absolute abuse and borderline, in my humble opinion, #not defamation, borderline fraud. So what's your name? First name?
Margaret Granny Mackay.
Margaret Van Der So I said, "Where's the dog?" I could not bring the dog. I was going to bring Pudge in a little wheelie thing.
Oh yeah.
Roller, but I need to have both hands. So where are you in from?
I'm from northern Alberta.
Northern Alberta. You came in day one.
You got her. Came down with the convoy.
With the convoy, and what do you do for a living?
I'm a grandma. I lost my job 2 years ago. So.
What, if I may ask, what was your
job?
job?
I was in the safety industry.
Okay. And you lost it. If I'm not going to pry, but policy reasons.
Well, I would not comply to the mask to start with, and then the rest, I won't comply to anything.
Now, how have you been doing? I mean, have you been able to make? Are you been making ends meet?
Yeah, I live with my family, my daughter and my son-in-law, and
how has this experience been for you? I mean, that's.
Oh my gosh, the journey down here on the highway.
Was it as beautiful? Okay, so we saw images. Once the mainstream media had to report on it, we saw images of kids on overpasses. Did that actually happen?
Minus 30, and they're standing out there for 3 to 4 hours, and busloads of Hutterites, and they were feeding everybody. They fed us. It was unbelievable. The most amazing sight was driving in the dark, and all of a sudden you come along, you can see headlights ahead on an approach, and it's dark, and they're waiting for the convoy, and they're standing there in the dark, in the headlights with their flags.
Amazing. That's beautiful.
They just wanted to be part of history.
I'm
so glad I met you.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Take care.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. Ladies, where are you from?
Cornwall.
Cornwall is not so far away.
It's not that far, but we have been sick since this all started.
You have been sick.
Yeah, so this is the first time.
Oh, I see. Like so the
we're
first time
out.
Socializing.
Yes.
Okay, and how have you found this? This experience?
Oh my God, it's just it's wonderful. Can't explain.
Like
I walked in here with tears in my eyes. Like that's what we need.
I was talking like after the first. I'm saying this after the first 3 days, my face hurts. I'm smiling. Like it's.
Yes.
And it's like, and this you're
they're happy.
No, I know, and it's like it's. I said this a lot. It's like people are finally feeling proud to be Canadian for the first time in a long time. This has to end. It has to end the right way. That's the only issue.
It does.
How long are you staying for?
We're probably just gonna stay for today, but then come back on Saturday.
Right. And how have you been impacted by all of this over the last 2 years? What's it looked like?
Lost my job. Family. Go home.
This is you can't go home as in because you can't travel.
Yeah.
Where's your family?
Mauritius.
Mauritius.
Yeah.
well, on the good note, you've been here. People, you've never seen some. I mean, you haven't seen so many maskless people in Canada in a year and a half.
It's wonderful. It's just amazing. It's like everybody wants to go back to normal. Like,
My concern
bring
is
it, Justin. Like, get it over.
they want people to think that this is the new normal. I think I said it. Trudeau wants people to forget that we were ever free to begin with, and it's not going to happen. What's your name?
Anita.
Anita?
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
May I ask?
Sure. This is my son. I lost my two sons in this pandemic. 34 and 36 years old, but those lives don't seem to matter.
Do you mind talking to the camera?
Not at all.
And it was.
No, it was overdoses. They were poisoned with fentanyl.
Okay, I'm sorry. If you don't want to identify yourself, you don't have to. I'm just going to give you the camera.
This is my son, Jake. He was 34 years old. He died January 1st, New Year's Day of 21. His little girl turned a year old Christmas Eve. He died home of a fentanyl overdose. His cocaine was poisoned with fentanyl. He had been in recovery. He had been working. He had been having a really good year, for one of the best years he'd had in a long time. And then these shutdowns came along, and no more work, no more gyms, no more AA meetings. And on top of all of that, the medicine he was using was made illegal. Ibogaine, something that cures addiction in the middle of a pandemic. The Liberal government made it illegal, and he died. 7 months later, I lost my older son, 36 years old, the same thing, a fentanyl overdose. His job was gone, couldn't leave the house. Like, this is what Trudeau has done. This is what these lockdowns have done. So, I gave up my two sons, and I have people who want me to wear a mask. Well, when you want to give up two sons, I'll put on a mask for you. Until then, I'm not wearing a mask or injecting myself with anything. I'm going to do me from here on in. I want the government the hell out of my life. They murdered my children. And all of you that supported these lockdowns, you have blood on your hands. Blood. Every one of them should be charged. They need to be charged.
All right.
I'd like to give a message to the people of Ottawa. To the people of Ottawa, all of you that have been supporting us, and there have been many, 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 from the bottom of my heart, I say thank you. And to all of the ones of you that have been annoyed at me coming to my capital city and are annoyed by the horns, well, when we leave, the horns will leave and your life will go back to normal. My life will never go back to normal. My life has been changed and altered forever.
You're staying for the long haul?
The long haul. I drove here from Calgary and I'm not leaving till it's over. What do I have to lose? I go with my sons. I don't want to live in a communist country. I would rather die here on the streets of Calgary than live in a communist country, or to see my children grow up into this oppression. All the money that this government takes from us in taxes, this carbon tax, that is highway robbery. How the hell is me paying $30 more to fill up my gas going to protect the environment? And not only that, what few dollars he leaves in your pocket, now he's going to tell you who you can give it to, what you can do with it. How's that a free country? Tells us what to inject in our bodies, what to put over our faces, and what money he doesn't steal from us, who we can give it to.
What's your
Pardon?
name? I don't want to.
I don't give a fuck who knows my name. The whole world can know my name. I don't care. What are they going to do to me? These police, they contribute to this. They contribute to this. They beat up drug addicts. They treat them like shit. They treat their families like shit. I had the police tell me I was a horrible mother because I stuck by my sons. They tell us about this tough love. We need to be tough. We need to be tough. with our children who are so broken that they have to take these horrible drugs to get out of their pain. What is supposed to be tough about love? Is love not supposed to be kind, gentle, forgiving, caring? Look, isn't that what love is supposed to be? But this government has even changed. Not only have they changed the definition of vaccines, they've changed the definition of love. In order to love your children, we're expected to throw them out, kick them in the teeth when they're down. What kind of a decent, humane society says that something is a disease? Addiction, it's a disease. That has been in our medical books now for decades. And when they get these diseased people, what do they do with them? They throw them into prisons to be tortured by guards, be sold drugs by guards. We know this. We know this. What's being done about it? You know, my daughter made a speech on the streets of Calgary for overdose awareness. And she told those people, they tell you the system is broken. She said, make no mistake, the system is not broken. It's working exactly the way they want it to work. The jails are full. The hospitals are full. They're selling prescription drugs like they're Smarties. It's not broken. The rich is getting richer and we're getting poorer and sicker. What disease do they cure? They don't cure diabetes. They don't cure cancer. What is it they cure? You go to them, you're depressed. They give you a medication that the warnings are suicidal thoughts, homicidal thoughts. You gain 40 pounds. You can't have an orgasm. You no longer have a short-term memory. And now you should be happy. That's a pill to make you happy. This world's got to change. We need the blue-collar workers running this country. These truckers pull this shit together in a couple of weeks. People have never felt more safe, more secure, more loved, more at home. People on the streets feel at home. You know, the crime rate has gone down 90% in Ottawa. So what do? They call in police from all over the country to pay them with your hard-earned tax dollars to guard a bunch of freedom lovers.
And then they want to charge the convoy for the cost of their police that they brought down.
Yes. Meanwhile, they're feeding the homeless. You don't see the homeless anywhere wandering around by themselves anymore. They're all here with us. All here with us. I am. What else do I got to do? I don't want to see another mother go through what I'm going through.
Noticed in the chat, someone said, clip away and share away, people. I would say sometimes be careful what you clip away, because some clips on some channels YouTube has a problem with, and other clips on other channels they don't. The AI bot doesn't always work well, nor does the manual review, but clip and share, because I can't do all of it, and I clipped some highlights, but clip and share. And what she said, by the way, what Bev said, that the homeless are being fed, the city is safer now with the convoy. All right, this is my 6th day here. Where are you guys in from?
We're from Quebec.
Yeah. Which part? Gatineau?
No, north of Montreal.
Yeah. Hold on, why can't I get straight?
Rodden.
I know where Rodden is.
Yeah.
Very nice. And you're just out for the day?
No, we're here. We came up last week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We left and we came back this Saturday.
Fantastic.
And we're leaving today. We're coming back in and out.
Amazing.
And it's beautiful what's happening over here. I never cried that much.
The past 2 years.
2 years.
Tears of happiness.
Tears of happiness, yeah. Exactly. Everybody's coming together. We need to defend. We need more people coming in. The police are coming in to try to
stop the party.
Stop everything. So yeah, it's a beautiful place, and people are coming together. It's beautiful.
It is. Yeah. It is. Nothing is more. I've said it the other day, but nothing is more terrifying to tyrants than the power of a unified people.
Yes.
You need to come to see. If you listen TV, you don't see this. It's just happiness, love, and peaceful people.
Yeah. Coming together.
But they're making traffic, and they're no longer honking. I don't want to minimize it. It's caused an inconvenience, and I'm sure the some of the government workers here don't like the convoy. But hey, look, people don't even appreciate that the convoy's fighting for them, even if they don't know it. But they might appreciate that at some point in time.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks.
And one more shout out. Those Ottawa City tow trucks that refused to come and clear these guys out. God bless you guys. God bless you guys. That's awesome.
Luke, nice to see you again.
It's really good to see you, man.
Thank you for
keep up the good work. Like I came all the way from Sussex to see you because you're doing God's work. Like, keep doing this.
Sir, shalom. How you doing?
Good. I'm with Breitbart News. I've been looking for you for an hour.
Do you mind being on camera?
I want to ask you.
You're with Breitbart News.
That's right.
This is another worlds colliding of the online media world.
Viva! This man is a hero. He's a Canadian treasure out there documenting what's happening. Vital. God, Viva, give him a hug. He's so good at hugging. He's been practicing the past week.
Doing muscular stuff.
Dude, they shut down the gyms. It was crazy, making me crazy. Okay, let's record this.
Okay, now we're gonna record an interview for Breitbart. So
I got to turn off my charm while I'm with Breitbart.
Okay, now I'm gonna look at your camera and not mine. So everyone enjoy the meta inception here. Okay.
So happy to meet you. My name's Robert.
Robert, nice to meet you.
So I'm here with Viva Frei. Everyone knows him who's a fan of Breitbart News, and I just want to ask you, what is it you think Breitbart News audience needs to know about what's going on here in Ottawa and in capitals across the provinces of this great country?
The first thing you need to know is that I will call it the legacy media of Canada is outright lying. The politicians are outright lying. They're banking on the fact that a majority of the people are getting their news from the same outlets that they pay to lie. And you need to know what's going on. If you believe what you were told, you would not feel safe walking here, and you would think that something is going on here that is not going on here. So you need to know that. This, as far as I've seen, other than people crying with joy, and I'm not saying this, you can go watch my streams, literally crying with joy. Other people are crying from tragedy that they've gone through over the last 2 years. People are saying that their face muscles hurt from smiling so much, and that they haven't smiled so much in 2 years, that they haven't been this proud to be Canadian in 2 years, and that they haven't felt this level of patriotism in 2 years. So if you can get down here to see it, even if you don't agree with it, get down to see it so you can come to your own conclusions in person. And if you support it, get down and support it peacefully so that politicians can hear what the people have to say. But it's truly an amazing movement to see because it's not just local, it's spreading international, and it's phenomenal.
Okay, I want you to elaborate on that. I've been watching a lot of your live streams while I'm at home preparing for work. Share it with our audience what your perception is of the atmosphere, the vibe, the emotions that you've experienced, that you've observed. Just try to communicate that if you can.
It's optimism for the first time in 2 years, and the mood. I'm looking at the people behind us. The mood is this is when they talk about a summer of love. This would be the winter of love. Like, this is actual nothing but people walking around, hugging, playing hockey, eating outside, and literally nothing but love in a political sense. And it is tough to explain. There's no bad element here, and the odd time you see a bad element, they're invited to leave. There was a guy who was giving CNN a hard time during their interview, and I and another person, leave alone. Don't give that impression to the crowd here. That's not what it's about. The one dude who had the Confederate flag was asked to leave, and I know the guy who asked him to leave because, first of all, it was in the video, and second of all, I know the guy. The elements that the media is depicting as the rule, they're not only the exceptions, they are asked to leave when anybody sees them. This is nothing but the most peaceful, peace-loving, law-abiding people you've ever seen. They're shoveling the sidewalks, they're cleaning up their garbage. I mean, just look around. It's just a thing of beauty.
David, thank you.
Robert,
brother, if you, I don't know, like, now that he interviewed, I interviewed him, he can now speak with me. I want to share an anecdote with you. By the way, I just learned by watching the live stream as I was searching for David that his namesake is totally apropos to what's going on. You have a bunch of fans who want to talk to you. I'll wrap this up real quick. I want to share an anecdote with you. I'm born here in Canada, here in Ottawa, Ontario. My family fled the Soviet Union in 1979 as Jewish refugees. Now, my father just told me 2 days ago on Sunday, they live in Florida across the winters. And he wanted to send me some sort of funny video meme depicting Justin Trudeau as sort of similar to previous totalitarians from another era. And he was reluctant to send that to me. He hesitated. He had a sort of primal fear. Now, he had told me he did not feel that sensation for a very long time. My parents came to this country. My father was already grown. He was 39 years old. My mother was not far behind him. So remember, they are fully born and bred and conditioned into that Soviet system. So I was vaccinated against leftism and totalitarianism as a kid. I got immunity to that because of my family's background. So that is frightening that in this country, true north, strong, and free, that I'm hearing that from my father. The bright side is, I don't want to repeat too much here because David already explained it. This is uplifting. There have been moments where I think all of us have felt demoralized because we've seen this wickedness, this campaign against every human freedom, speech, expression, association, movement,
everything.
property rights. Go down the list. Religious freedom. You can't go to a funeral beyond 10 people. You can have a bar mitzvah. Mothers are giving birth to children in mass while their husbands wait in the parking lot in the
This
car.
is true, by the way, and I know this because a neighbor was not allowed to be with his wife during childbirth. I mean, that is, it's dehumanizing. It's dehumanizing. And that's what the government's been doing.
For what it's worth, I never lie. I promise myself to never, ever tell lies. So everything I'm telling you, I know firsthand. It is an anti-human campaign warring against our nature. So everything's on the line here. And the bright side is, despite that really sad anecdote I just shared with you guys, this is incredible. It is uplifting, and it reinvigorates my love of this country. And I promise you, I'm not alone. There are millions of Canadians like us. We are the majority, and we are ruled by a fringe minority. David, thank you.
My pleasure, man. Another one. Flip the link when it's up.
Of course.
Okay, awesome.
You're our hero.
Now, I gotta say, no, okay,
I'm
fine.
gonna jump out. You're going to call us a racist.
Science teaches us CO2 is toxic. Why are you trying to poison me? Free the smiles, freedom to choose. Fake news is the real pandemic. I think we can all agree with that. Our sons command Canadian freedom. Mr. Trudeau, I witnessed your latest lesson in humanities. Your demonstration of what discrimination looks like is burnt into my memory. Shame on you. A lot of smiles in this family.
This is my family. They've been expelled from school because I won't allow them to be poisoned any longer. So look at the effort that they've decided to do to come up and stand for our Canadian freedoms. My daughters stand upon the shoulders of our sons. We stand here to say that what's happening to us is wrong.
How you doing? Good. Where are you in from?
Brighton, Ontario.
Oh, dude, let me see this shirt. Proud member of a small fringe minority with unacceptable views. Where did you get that, and where can people get one if they want one?
My daughter made it. She's Isla & Co. on YouTube.
So what are you doing here?
I'm just coming to show my support. I live in the Byward Market, and I don't.
Byward Market is the right behind.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
I can hear the horns every morning. I wake up every morning to the horns from my balcony, and I love it. They're there.
But now, in the first few days, were they honking the horns all night long?
No, absolutely not. By 10, no later than 10 p.m., they're done honking.
I'm going to tell you
they
something.
start by 8:39 a.m. in the morning.
I trust this man.
Yes.
The Briar Market is right behind the chateau there.
That's right.
And another thing, I'm not neurotic and a coward. Like Byward Market, ordinarily you don't really want to be walking. Ordinary times you would not want to be walking there at night.
No, but because of the protests, the homeless people have food. They're not angry anymore. Homeless people are not bothering me for smokes or for food anymore because people are being fed here at the protest by the peaceful protesters. So that it's more safe and peaceful at night. Yep, I don't worry about.
I've heard that, and I've had my own.
Oh,
Amazing.
Dylan, my name is Dylan.
Nice to meet you. So it's 3 hours and 41 minutes we've been live. That is 3 hours and 45 minutes from 11:15. So we're almost at 3 o'clock. Okay. Say it one more time.
The UN Forum Partnership.
UN Forum Partnership.
UN-Forum. It's short for World Economic Forum. On the 13th of June, 2019, the United Nations literally did a handshake with Klaus Schwab for the entire world to see. And they formed an alliance called the UN Forum Partnership. And most of the world doesn't even know about that. And that's actually what we're living under right now. And I assure you That is the truth. And I just want this guy that runs this building right here to let Canada know. He doesn't have to answer any other question. I would just want to ask Justin Trudeau one question. What is your association with the UN Foreign Partnership? And I just want his answer.
All right. Sounds good. Share this around, clip it, share highlights, post the highlights to Twitter, wherever, your YouTube channels. This is something that the world needs to see. So in as much as I can keep coming back periodically to do it and to document it so you can see for yourself with your own eyes and then come to your own conclusion as to what's actually going on and what is not going on, I'll keep doing it. Okay, with that said, people, we're going to wind it down. You know what? Out of pure neuroses, I'm going to try to end this stream at exactly 4 hours on the minute. So this is Confederation Park. Confederation Park. Some monuments are fenced off, others are not. I guess it depends on the overall impression that they want to give. The Lord Elgin Hotel behind me looks very, very opulent. Like they have many leather-bound books in their library. And I hope you enjoyed another day. We're going to go, I'm doing this. We've got 40 seconds so I can try to end the stream on 4 hours, 0 seconds, and 0 minutes. Where I parked the car. Not sure I do that. Remember, actually. Jeez, Louise said. The one day I didn't take a picture of where I parked the car either. I think I know where I parked it. We'll see. All right. See, and now we're like 3 blocks out, and there's no traffic. There's no nothing. And by the way, there were no horns today. Okay, we're gonna do this. We'll see if we can do this. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Thank you all. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the chats, the comments. And with that said, peeps, peace out.